So in 2023, San Diego had the lowest ever year for home sales, but now we're in 2024. So going forward, what are we seeing right now? As we always mention on this channel, every neighborhood's going to be a little different. So we're going to show you 3 different neighborhoods and what's happening this year, what's happening with inventory this year. So you guys, if you are thinking about buying or selling in the new year, you'll have a good idea of what to expect. And is it going to be the same as 2023? Is it going to be better for buyers? Is it going to be better for sellers? So let's get into it right now. And as we're going through this, if you guys have questions, you got comments, you want to know what's happening in your specific neighborhood, you're potentially thinking about buying or selling, maybe selling your current home, buying another one, whatever it might be, we are the Beach Life Group right here in San Diego, and we can help you with all your real estate needs. So all of our information is in that first link right below. Feel free to reach out and you can book your discovery call and just get that conversation started. Honestly, if you're thinking even towards the end of the year, middle of the year, right now, whatever it might be, there's no time too early to get started. So be sure to reach out. And as always, we're dropping new videos here every single week. So if you guys want to know what's happening in the San Diego real estate market, click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing.
I think we've said this a bunch just the past couple of years. It's been an interesting year. Last year was another interesting year in that historically low number of closings. I mean, to go along with that, part of the biggest reason for that is not only interest rates rising, but low number of properties available. So less listings available for folks to look at and buy means a low level of listings. And this is a nationwide number of homes sold was down significantly.
And so when we talk closed sales being lowest they've ever been, we were shy of 10,000 sales. This is for all of San Diego County for 2023. And you can see the trend has been, we did see a little uptick in 2021, and then it's been down quite a bit. So we think of a normal year, when we say normal, kind of before everything happened, 2019. So this is like a standard amount of closed sales. If you went back previous years, 2018, 17, they're going to be right around this number. And you can see from there, we are way lower. But let's hop into just 3 different areas here in North County, San Diego, to give you an idea of what is happening in each of those currently. So here is San Marcos, 92078. And all these 3 are going to have a little bit different picture of what's going on because, like we said, it depends on what's happening in your neighborhood. So last year, during this time, we had 21 homes on the market. So this is inventory. It's not necessarily new listings or closed listings. This is the number of homes that are actually on the market. The higher this number is, typically, the higher the number of closed sales will be because obviously there's more homes out there. There's still a lot of buyers out there. Like Lauren mentioned, part of the, maybe not the holdup, but part of the thing that can grow this number without actually having more closed sales, if the interest rates do stay elevated, then we can see this inventory number grow, the number of homes on the market grow without seeing the number of closed sales grow significantly. So last year we were sitting right around 21 homes for sale. And you can see San Marcos was pretty flat all year. We didn't see any giant jumps that we did usually have as we go into kind of the summer months. We do usually see an uptick in the number of homes for sale. Here's that normal year, like I was mentioning, where you do have kind of that summer uptick. But San Marcos super flat for the whole year. 21 last year. Now this year we're sitting just about the same at 20.
In general, all zip codes were impacted by interest rates moving up. But as you move up the price level, the mix of buyers and sellers is different in Encinitas than it is in an area like San Marcos that we were talking about. The median price is a good amount higher. And so we definitely saw the market in 2022. We saw this peak at the end of the year in 2022. And then as interest rates rose, the number of sales declined through the year. And there was a patch actually in September, October of 2023, that we gained a decent amount of inventory in San Diego and in Encinitas, where the market really slowed because interest rates hit up over 8%, which really is the thing to watch for this year. I think as we move forward, moving into this year, we were literally last week we were at 6.6%, and now we're at just a tad over 7%, all within just a couple days of some bad bond market movements. What that was is economy is stronger The jobs numbers were much stronger than they thought. The thing I think that's going to be interesting this year, or the thing to watch, is a couple things going on. There's the fact that now we're getting further out from people having locked in lower mortgage rates. It still might take another year or two to get to normal inventory levels, because then we'll have more people with mortgages in the 5, 6, 7 range versus more people with mortgages in the 3, 4, 5 range. I keep thinking we have some pent up demand for sellers, and I've seen a little bit at the beginning of this year, and I think that was interest rate driven.
And then hopping into Carlsbad, which is kind of in between the Encinitas market, well, 92009, kind of between the Encinitas market and the San Marcos market as far as price points go. The inventory slash the number of homes for sale last year was sitting about 21, and now we're sitting about 25. So you get to see we are having this little peak where San Marcos was pretty flat. Encinitas was like a little bit down. Carlsbad is a little bit up. So yeah, I think for the seller front, like you mentioned earlier, Lauren, as interest rates did start to fall, sellers were considering selling a little bit more because it was a little bit more comfortable to move to a dropping interest rate as opposed to one going up. I think that the change in interest rate is the biggest thing as opposed to the absolute amount for buyers, at least. If it stays a little bit stable, or we drop into, let's say, 6.75 and it just stabilizes there for a little bit, I think buyers get comfortable. Where they don't get comfortable is 6.8 going up above 7 within 3, 4 days. So I think that is the big story to watch going into the new year.
In general, I mean, just the general statement, I think if we can stay in the 6s for a good portion of the year, that's we'll see stable to rising prices. If we get 7.5 or so, I think prices are going to adjust back down. And a lot of that's just a function of when interest rates go up a point, there's a certain part of the market that no longer can feel comfortable buying and or qualify to buy.
And here's the interest rates. Here's where we did peak out last year, 8.03, saw significant drops. Then we just hovered around 6.75 for a little bit up. Here's a big drop that we did see not too long ago. I mean, 5 days ago, 6.63. Yeah. And then within the last 2 days, now we're sitting about, is this today? Yeah, updated today. So 7.04. So, I mean, interest rates are playing a huge deal in what's going on right now. The inventory numbers as a whole, so this is San Diego County, we are 18% above last year, which is good for buyers out there.
Sellers are definitely more negotiable than they had been in the past and I think part of it is they understand, wow, that's a high rate.
And so going into 2024, if you guys are thinking about making a move, and like I said, you got questions, let's start that communication. Let's start that conversation. All of our contact info is in the first part of the description right below. So feel free to reach out and book your discovery call. And we got your back when making the move here in San Diego.